McDowell's supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild, the power to heal, the future of pain relief.
Live streaming has become one of the best ways to connect the funeral of a loved one with friends and family, both local and international. NBC Television will live stream your funerals on television and Facebook at a reasonable rate. With our state-of-the-art equipment, you can be assured that the quality of your funeral will be to your satisfaction. Call our office now and book your obituary and streaming with us. 758-453-7458.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knightsmed Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The CDC opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop, opposite the Grosley Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Today we wrap up another week of the real issues, albeit a shortened week because of the Whit Monday public holiday, but we've gotten through. Another week of the real issues. This program airs weekdays, that is holidays and weekends accepted, from 12:30 until 2 p.m. on Real FM Radio 91.3 and 91.5, that's for the North and South respectively, as well as simulcasting on NBC Television Channel 120 on the Flow Cable TV service, as well as being on Facebook Live and live streaming on YouTube. Hope you're having a good day so far. I have been, a couple little hiccups here and there, but nothing, to talk about. Sometimes you have a few little things that don't go well, but what would life be if everything went smoothly? Life would become very boring. It would leave us blasé. It is the challenges. It is the things that pick our adrenaline, or at least send it up a little bit, cause the heartbeat to increase, the breathing, the hyperventilation, and so on. Some of us will love that, that's why we're always getting in a quarrel. That's why we're always getting in a tiff with somebody else, because it's energizing. When you get vexed and you put somebody in their place and so on, it energizes you, especially it gives you that sense of righteousness, that sense of, this person messed up and I put him in his place. Don't we love that, I'm not saying all of us. But even sometimes you go to certain business places and you get the sense that people who are involved in customer service, why is Jaquan always staring at me like, am I doing something wrong? The mic not positioned properly or whatever? You keep looking at me like, something's not right and so on, Our technical operator, Jaquan, and I tell you, this young man, I keep saying he's going places. I want him to go places. I'm happy every time I hear him, helping out with the news department, voicing reports and so on. And it would not surprise me if not too long from now we see him in enhanced capacities and so on. I'm sure our news editor, Cecil Actil, who's always on the hunt for new and promising and fresh talent, is probably looking at him to see, she won't say that. Cecil's that kind of person. She'll be studying you and surveilling you and examining you, and you won't know. And she'll be saying, I wonder if down the line maybe we can have him presenting or as an anchor or something. But she won't tell you. Maybe I'll get a little message from her, tell her you're talking too much, and I would have to admit it. But Jaquan, an ambitious young man who always looks for how he can expand his horizons, how he can improve and develop himself, and that's always a healthy thing in a young man and so on, looking for self-development. I find too many people don't have that kind of mindset in them, self-improvement, self-development and so on. But coming back to what I was saying, there are many people who are in customer service capacities, and they encounter difficult customers from time to time. A person who is fussy, a person who complains, a person who even talks to you the way they're not supposed to. They might be a bit overbearing and so on. And the natural instinct is to want to let fly at them, to let them have it, to give them a piece of your mind. And I think over the years, people who do those little workshops and seminars and training sessions for workplaces and so on in customer service improvement, my mind immediately goes, for example, to that ex-educator, the man who was once principal of the Rockwall School, Brian August, who I think he now lives overseas in the US, met him not too long ago, who do those things and tell you, look, it's not about whether you justified, whether you're right or wrong. You working on a lot of them working for somebody. They don't have the pressure and the strain of the business on them, to meet that payroll and all the other bills at the end of the month and the tax and everything that they have to do. So it's very easy, for you to tell somebody off, and you don't care the effect that it has on the business. Your boss is the one who has to scratch his head, about it and so on. As far as we're concerned, if somebody's in business and they can give us a job, then, money shouldn't be a problem for them. They have all the money. We don't care if it costs them money, by stealing things from the business, the toiletries or, the paper and the ink and all these kind of things to line up our own, our own inventory, so we won't have to spend on it. But we chase customers away and we don't think anything of it. And I've been saying that those facilitators and trainers will tell you one of the biggest challenges they've had with people who work in customer service capacities, whether as the cashiers, the front people, the people you see their face, is to tell them, look, it's not about the customer is right and you are wrong. It's not about taking nonsense. As you say, we like that thing, no GPS known, and we want to show, no GPS known. It's not about taking magic from people. It's about recognizing that, look, you want this person to come back, you want this person, and you can tell the person, look, sir, I do not appreciate, or sir, please, that's not necessary, or sir, please, don't call me that, because if I called you, you would maybe find me disrespectful, and I can solve your problem, or refer it to a supervisor if you find it is escalating. But too many of us will like this, and we put them in their place, and this sort of thing. And at the end of the day, we have to realize that the St. Lucia that we knew before, when maybe the business place that we work at was pretty much the only game in town, So if people didn't get, or they found reason to turn their back, there was nowhere else practically for them to go and to get the goods or services that they wanted from you. So you could afford to tell them off and put them in their place, because it was Mr. JQ and Mr. M&C, that ruled the place, and Mr. Johnson and very few others, or what was the name of that one they used to call Mr. Scouten? What was it? Chase. I forgot the name. There was a business and so on that had some Chase or something in it that was, said Scouting, and a few, whether it was wholesale or retail, but there were very few of them. You could count them on one hand. So you could afford. Nowadays, you're going to do that, all over the place. If it's not a Chinese shop, is a this one, it's an MP Das, it's a Raj Communication. Business has become so diversified that there's so many other places that an individual can go, food places, bars and so on. You're going to be giving people that kind of attitude. And I find there's still too much of it. Let me just tell you what led me to come to this. Something very bizarre happened to me yesterday. I have a prepaid plan on my phone. I've never gone to postpaid and all of that and so on. Prepaid thing that I renew every month. And it's convenient for me, because you can do the topping up online, and the plan and the service provider always, until now, give you a reminder. So a text message will come. You're always on 30-day mobile plan of 12 gigabytes and unlimited calls, and local calls and text messages will expire in whatever, so and so and so. Make sure that you have whatever the required plan is, $100, $110 on your phone, so that when the money is there and you've topped up already, which you can do online via the companies and all, that it will renew. To cancel or auto renew, press star free, whatever, 63 number sign or whatever, to do this and that. Another day after, it's going to give you the reminder. The day the plan is, your plan will auto renew in 1 hour, whatever time, whatever, do this. So you always get that reminder. If you have the money, it will just take it. If you top it up, you can manually enter it, and the plan will renew, etc. I think you all know this kind of thing. And so there was a long SMS thread from the company of those kinds of messages. When they auto renew, your plan has auto renewed and will expire, and it gives you the 30 days that it will expire, XYZ, unlimited text and local calls, and 12. If you had some gigabytes from the previous period, they roll over. So if, say, your 12 gigabytes, you only use 3 of them, the other 9 gigabytes would add it to the 12, and you would get that accumulation of things once you did the renewal on time. I've never had a problem with it. Lo and behold, and the other thing too, most times I over top up. So even if the plan is $100, I will not put the exact $100, because sometimes you miscalculate, you forget, okay, the VAT has been reduced to 12.5%, so I'll put $115, whatever. Sometimes even that is not enough. I don't know why. I guess the 2.5% levy or whatever else that I don't reckon. One time it was that the plan had increased slightly from 100 to whatever it was, 95, and it went to 100. So I just to make sure that I have that little bit of reserve, that bit of redundancy, I will always renew the plan above the amount required. So when it's finished doing everything, it will tell me that I have a balance. Your primary balance is $7 or $12, whatever, which serves me right, because the plan does not cover overseas calls. Sometimes I remember somebody in Antigua that I haven't caught up with. I will direct call them overseas. So whatever the surplus balance that it has, your primary balance, it will use up that. There has never been a problem of, if the primary balance goes to zero, that the core plan will not work. So that if I over topped up, if I needed to top up, let's say $120 or $115 or whatever for the core plan to take effect, and I topped up to $130, so say I have another $15, whatever, that would stay there as my primary balance. It would never be deducted and so on, unless I used or I utilized it for some activity or service outside the core plan. An overseas call, I'll call Antigua, call somebody, I'll talk to them, it will eat it up. When it finished taking the $15 and so on, it will tell me you have no more credit left, whatever, it will put it to zero. But I could still continue to use the core plan, and I could still continue to make local calls and so on, because the unlimited local free minutes and text and the so many gigabytes of mobile internet are still there. Yesterday, lo and behold, and I'm not bothering because my plan is not due for renewal, and in any case, whenever the plan is due for renewal, 2 days before, I get those reminder text messages, those SMS, from the service provider telling me that your plan is due for renewal or will expire in the next 2 days. I got nothing like that. But suddenly I'm trying to call somebody, not WhatsApp calling, which, I'm trying to call them on the phone, and I can't get them. It's telling me, you have no credit left. You have no whatever. Your balance is zero. And I'm saying, okay, my balance is zero, but that is the primary balance. What about the plan where I have, subscribed to that I can call unlimited local numbers and text messages? It insists on this morning, this thing continued. I went to the service provider. And I called and I said, there's something that's happening. Can I ask you about it? And I'm telling him, this is what has happened to me. It has never happened before. I don't know about that. I can't tell you anything about that. I'm saying, oh Lord, that's the way you answer somebody. This kind of stuck up, high horse kind of, kind of thing. I said, okay. I said, but I can check for you. I said, okay, please check for me. He said, but you have no credit left. I said, I understand. There's no primary balance left. But I am subscribed to a plan. And not only is the thing showing me that I have no plan, when I go through the prompts about active plans, it's showing me I'm not subscribed to any plan. Before yesterday, everything was working. I'm getting the mobile internet, the 4G, which I'm getting. He said, are you getting mobile? I said, yes, here it is. It's showing the 4G. Oh, well, but you have zero. I said, yes, I understand. The primary balance is zero, but the plan is still in force. I'm still supposed to get unlimited. No, sir, it doesn't work that way. Once you reach zero, the system will deactivate. I said, but this has never happened before. He said, well, I don't know about that. All I'm telling you is that this is the way it works. I said, sir, but this is strange. Why is the mobile internet still there? And here's the other thing which happened. It's like the thing didn't just wipe my plan, it wiped out all records of the plan, so that the trail of text messages showing that you are subscribed and dial 3 and dial *126 number sign to check your balance, whatever. The entire trail of SMS that has been in effect for all that time, all the messages got wiped. It's like all the messages, the text messages confirming the renewal and alerting me that it will expire in 2 days, I can't find one of them. They're all gone. And I'm saying, but wait, all of a sudden I can't make a call on a plan that gives me unlimited, local calls and SMS messages and 12 gigabytes, whatever, rolling over what I had before. I can't find any record of where I was of the last time that I renewed nothing, and I do not wipe those messages. They all wiped. But the gentleman insists that I must go and top up my phone. You can top up as low as $5 across the road. There's somebody, but you have to do that for it to activate. I said, I had never heard that before. Is this a new thing? As far as I know, and there's that kind of, like I said, that kind of high horse kind of thing. I left because I'll tell you something about me. I mean, a lot of people in town who stop me and who always, it's a lot of felicitations, how I listen to you every day and I love your show and I never miss it and this and that. I never let it get to my head. A lot of people might make a judgment of me and evaluate me based on the person they see on the live and hearing, They might probably believe this is a guy who has supreme confidence and maybe even a bit of arrogance, and so people form this impression of you, and I know as a result of that. Once I go somewhere and they recognize the face is all over the place, on TV, on Facebook Live, on Richard Frederick, whatever. There are a lot of people who have a prejudiced view of me. They probably have it of other media people that he probably carrying around some kind of attitude because he on the radio, he talking on the media, he probably think he important. And so there are many people I know, the moment you go, you sense that kind of you probably think you somebody, heavy and big. I'll cut you down to size. And of course, in our little world of low self-esteem that we carry with ourselves, sometimes the medal, the badge of honor, The power and glory that we feel is that to go and tell our friends, oh, Shelton Daniel came there today and he trying to give me attitude, and because he think he talking on radio and so on, well, I put him in his place, this kind of thing. We get some kind of sense of power, and validation that we put this person in. So I'm somebody, I smell those things from a distance. And the moment I see there's a chance of it heading, I retreat, I leave, I take it in a different way so that it doesn't get to that, So nobody can boast about how, you might buy pache, my foot in a plastic and so on. Once I see that's the way it's going, then I kind of retreat. You're a public figure, you maybe have a little larger than life thing about you, so somebody will feel that they can make their name by going and relate how they, how they burst your bubble, how they prick your balloon, and how they popped your bubble and your balloon and so on. So I saw that. I said, okay, sir. I turned and I went and I did the top up. He said $5 is the minimum and it will think. I must have topped up $15. And I just left there. Because I know how it goes, about the people who would come and tell you about how this police came in front of me, long time, the 70s especially. Most of them said, this will play. Sometimes they never did it, but among their friends, it makes them powerful that your foot monsieur desoufflé. I remember many years ago, and I don't think the officer whose name I'm going to mention even remembers that, because we had quite a laugh about it. I was somewhere and I heard some guy talking about then Brian Jawahiri was an inspector, whatever. Jawahiri, either himself or somebody. Foot monsieur desoufflé. Over the Jawahiri desoufflé. And I knew Brian Jawahiri well. Nice man, gentleman, mild person. I'm not saying as a cop is not tough, but my interactions with him, a guy that I hadn't seen him for a long time. I met him not too long ago down at Bogies. I attended a function and he was there. I hadn't seen him. He's retired now. Same nice guy, mild, smiling all the time. And so I didn't answer. I met Jawahir and I said to him, did you have a trouble if any guy and the guy slapped you or whatever? He said, what? I said, I heard a guy bragging about how either he slapped you or somebody he knows slapped you. And Jawai just laughed and laughed and laughed. I said, Shelton, if you see anybody had done that to me, you would have known. You would have known. Either I would have been in hospital, I don't know, from the slaps, or somebody would have been in hospital. But a guy watching me and slapped me like that, Shelton, you would have heard. And Brian Jawai just laughed and I laughed too. He didn't need to elaborate further. I knew exactly, what he was saying. And Brian, he doesn't remember that and so on, about saying, but this is the kind of fame we have. No Jiwon police, no fauteuil desoufflé. So I just moved, but this is just weird to me. I did the top up and I had to rush up to come here to do the program. So I have not even checked if it has worked. But, businesses, they need to have people who know how to engage better with the public, And like I said, maybe it has something to do with me. I smell it like it says a wise man. What's it? He sees trouble from afar and hides himself. I hide myself a lot. Because the moment they hear your voice or they see your face, whatever, they have certain prejudices where they believe you're probably arrogant and you probably have attitude. So you can escape yourself to pacho, this kind of thing, to put you down and to put you in a place. And then it just changes the whole nature and the whole purpose and the whole intent of what you are trying to communicate. So I hide myself a lot. I don't swag myself around because I have fans and people who look up to me and people who talk. I'm a guy, I'm always retreating. I'm always trying to dodge and run and do this kind of thing. I'm not shy, I'm not shy. But I try to, tirer comme la vitma before it becomes something that they make it sound which it is not. But talking about that, about businesses, there's something else. My little thing, and by the way, you notice I'm still wearing the goggles. I went up to the service provider and they were very nice. Very, very nice to me, Excellent people. I have to name them because if it was bad, you see the people at Cots Optical, big up to you all. You all give good service and you all whatever. And in my dealings with you all are great, Great people, from the doctor, female optometrist, that I saw, Dr. Lendo, she told me she's related, I think, to Dr. Paul Caslendo, and that means she's also related to the mayor, Dr. Geraldine, Mrs. Geraldine Lendo Gabriel, and so on. Nice people. It seemed like the Lendos are just good people, and the office staff and so on, wonderful people inside there. Showed me a frame that would fit the lenses and said, this frame that you had, it's not so long you had the glasses, we'll replace it. and whatever, but here are 2 frames where your lenses can fit. Make your pick which one you prefer. I went put it up, put on the other one until I made my pick, and then said wait for me, I'll go to the lab to get them put in. Then came back and said, okay, because of the thickness of your lenses, we'll need to do some adjustment on the beveling and grinding down for it to fit inside there, so I'm sorry, we'll have to leave it for tomorrow, and even if you drive through the traffic and all, but the niceness of the people, they make you not grumble, boog on for that, so I'm with this. They called me before and said it's ready today, anytime today what we open, you can come and pick up. Nice people and so on. But let me say something about optical companies, and I don't know if it's all of them, but it's almost as once you see an eye doctor these days, the eye doctors that you see, most of them, I cannot say all of them because I'm sure I have not seen all of them, they attached to an optical company. In other words, the place where the doctor operates is an office inside a place where they have the frames, they sell the frames, and they take the measurements, and you make your pick and you can get your glasses. So there is always some kind of a hand-in-glove association and relationship between the eye doctor and the company. I cannot be too sure, but I suspect many times the eye doctor either owns the company or is a shareholder in the company or has some interest or stake in the company. So what the eye doctor does in examining your eye and doing the testing and watching the charts and whatever and prescribing the strength and all of that, I have no doubt and I understand it is related to the commercial fortunes of the company. But is it right that any eye doctor who's a doctor, you paying them for the consultation, or I don't know if they don't charge you for it, I can't even remember, because they will get paid in you choosing the glasses, but it's almost like some people are reporting that they're being held hostage, that they don't want to give you your written prescription unless you have to buy the glasses from them. So they will withhold your prescription, I understand, or some different conditions will arise because you must get the glasses from them. Somebody told me that they said, okay, we've done the prescription, but we're not going to give you the written prescription until after the glasses arrive. So you have to order it from them. And after you order it from them, they'll give it to you. So now you can go and get the second pair or whatever it is from somewhere else. Now, how do we know that this written prescription that they give you, that it conforms in every way to the one that they did for you? I'm not making any kind of thing, but if what you're trying to do is to drive the sales of your company, how do I know that the written prescription that you give me, you understand? That the written prescription, I took my glasses from the same place, Cots Optical, so don't think I'm making any complaint about that. I took it right there. People tell me you can order online and buy yes, you can. But at the same time, I send my prescription to somebody in America or Canada. They do the glasses for me. It comes, it's not quite good. I have to go through the trouble of sending it back. Sometimes the glasses may be good, but they're not adjusted because the person is not there to adjust it on your face. So one side is further from your eye, and the way it's supposed to curve to fit, your face and so on. The curvature is not there, and the adjustment and so on. I figure, look, all those things, they can do it right there. Glasses are funny things. Not all of them are spherical. There are some of them that have the cylindrical axis on them for people with a condition known as astigmatism, which is, your eyeball is oddly shaped and so on. So they need to cut it according to a certain geometry, so on, to fit, the distortions in your eyeball and so on. And so you might come and say, the glasses is technically good, but the glasses have to be sitting on your face on a certain plane of horizontal versus vertical, what they call the axis. The axis has to be correct or you're not sitting. Who will be there to fit my glasses according to the correct axis for, the cylindrical and the astigmatism and the, the bifocals and so on, to make sure the placement on my face accords to whatever when I'm reading and this kind of thing. So I prefer to just take my glasses at the place where I do it and avoid all the possibilities that what America Vision or Canada Visions in me might have some little things that, while they might have done the prescription correctly, but the fitting of it on my face, is not good and so on. But it's my understanding that some people are saying they feel being held to hostage by some of these opticians, and I don't know, ophthalmologists who have some business association with the optical company. That is like your arm is being twisted and you're being held that, look, you must buy the glasses from us, or else you're not getting the prescription, or we're not giving you the prescription, or we might charge you some ridiculous price for it, or etc., etc., etc. You have to buy it from us and this kind of thing. Is that right? Do they have a right to do that? Is that something that there is some authority that can look into it? Or are the authorities themselves sympathetic to them and so on, that you might come there and get the prescription and go and get the job done elsewhere? Is that a concern that they should? Is that their business? You provide in a medical consultation, the person pays for the consultation fee or whatever it is and so on. You can tell them, okay, if you buy the glasses from us, the consultation fee will be deducted from it, or you can do something like that. But do you have a right to withhold a prescription from a person because you cannot get them to agree and to promise and to, commit to buying the glasses from you? Is that an abuse that is taking place there that perhaps needs to be looked into? I don't know. I haven't formed any firm opinion on it. Maybe there's justification, whatever it is, but is it something that should be allowed and that should be sanctioned, or should some circular be sent giving guidelines for the separation between the ophthalmic or ophthalmological consultation, the medical side of it and so on, and the business side of it in terms of your choice of who you get to fill your prescription and to provide the eyeglasses for you? I don't know. We need to watch those kind of things so that they are not abuses of people's freedom and choice in what ought to be a free marketplace. This is the real issues. Let's take a break. When we come back, the telephone line's open for your calls and your messages.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
Live streaming has become one of the best ways to connect the funeral of a loved one with friends and family, both local and international. NBC Television will live stream your funerals on television and Facebook at a reasonable rate. With our state-of-the-art equipment, you can be assured that the quality of your funeral will be to your satisfaction. Call our office now and book your obituary and streaming with us. 758-453-7458.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Our telephone lines are open to take your calls. After all, it is a shortened week and it is the end of that week, the last day of it. And next week is going to be another shortened week. Want it, Jaquan? Yeah, Thursday next week. Is that correct? It's going to be Corpus Christi, right? Yeah, the 30th of May is going to be Corpus Christi. So we'll have another shortened week. So I want to give the most time for you to call and to express yourself. And someone messaged me to ask, is there any special topic today? No, we're pretty much free up and finishing lunch and is going to be calling. Good afternoon to Miguel Fevrier, who tells us, Shelton, this nonsense of the high places and their false advertising should be addressed by Consumer Affairs and the Consumer Protection Act. Same with car dealers who refuse to give you the OEM part number when they don't have it in stock. And the SLMDA and Allied Health Council as well is saying they also need to look into those things that, people want to try to force and to herd you. You don't have any right to do that. You have to respect the person's right and not to hinder freedom of trade. What you do is that you sweeten your own deal so that the individual recognize. It's the same way. I recognize, look, yeah, you can go, you can get it cheaper and so on, but what is really cheaper when it comes and the adjustment isn't right and your particular prescription requires for the glasses to sit evenly and at a certain angle on your face and so on, and the people up in America, they didn't see you. You don't really stand behind them for them to take the measurements that are required and to look at it and so on, to do adjustments for you. So, I just said, this might end up being so much trouble, top coco pude susiwo. So, better I get it where a human being can assess and can look at me, and if there is a problem that they can tell me, okay, here is the problem and here is the issue and so on that we are dealing with. 724-7325, that's 758-724-7325. You can WhatsApp call us on that number, and there is also 4533-911, the numbers to call. This is our last program for the week, and next week we'll be having another 4-day week because we'll be having the Corpus Christi holiday as well. As we wait for the calls to begin to roll in, and I'll be looking at the Facebook Live as well to see about it. People have spoken about this before, but there is a problem of abusive speech in this country. And it's not just abusive speech randomly on the streets. You've heard me express myself about this Kisamamau and all the swearing that is taking place, and it's always on a mama it is and so on. But when abusive speech takes place in what is supposed to be structured environments, where there ought to be rules, there ought to be respect, there ought to be organizational behavior and communicating within an organization, where those things apply, And co-workers believe that they can speak abusively and swear at their colleagues because they're irritated because something they said. They can be, as we would say, cussing people off and using, the expletives at co-workers and so on. This just isn't correct. And more in the workplaces, these things need to be looked at. People are complaining about in the workplaces, they feel intimidated, they feel bullied and so on. And I think managers need to look at those things. You do not have a right to use expletives and to swear at co-workers simply because they tell you something that is not correct, even though they address themselves to you respectfully. Abusive speech is always just one step, if not just one hair's breadth away from aggressive and threatening speech. And speech is always just one step and one hair's breadth away from behavior. Threatening behavior very often is a precursor to aggressive, violent action. It engages the ego. And some people, usually stupid people, of which we have a lot of them, believe that they must prove that it's not just power or bush they have, that they can actually do it. And so they feel pressured, they self-pressure, they pressure themselves to go and to attack somebody because they have threatened that they will do it and they will have to show that is not just mouth I have. And when we find in workplaces where people get to using abusive speech and expletives and obscenities at co-workers, as an example, it happens in other settings and so on, passengers on a bus and making threats at people, it's only a matter of time before people feel that they can take it another step. It needs to be something that is looked at very, very closely. Needs to be. Because it is abusive now, it becomes threatening tomorrow, it becomes aggressive, it becomes hostile, it becomes something that is actually done. We need to engineer a better culture in our country, St. Lucia. Maybe a lot of the violent acts that occur between people, they probably would not get that far if abusive language, threatening language, hostile, aggressive language were dealt with before. It probably would not get there. And I'm hoping that at all levels, remember I've said this before, we can't deal with crime only when crime erupts and explodes and manifests in an actual violent confrontation where somebody gets killed. We have to deal with the entire range of anti-social behavior. The verbal bullying and the verbal intimidation and the threatening that is taking place, we need to deal with it and show zero tolerance. Zero tolerance is never true zero tolerance until we deal with the entire range or gamut of it. Today I am driving in town and I am coming along, it has to be Brazil Street. I am coming along that street where it starts at the junction of Manuel Street by the bridge, and you're moving from a west to east direction past the bakery, past the First National Bank, the first one that we, branch and whatever that I think we've known and so on, to head along to Brazil Street. So, you take the right lane, but you don't turn right onto the bridge that leading out of town. And then you curve back towards the left side along Brazil Street where the Kupulani building is there. As I am going, a motorcyclist decides that he cannot wait in the line of traffic, so he overturned the vehicles that were waiting for the light to turn green, and that automatically puts him in the lane that I am in my lane, and is coming straight at me. What do you do in that situation? You can play hardball and go, I don't want to knock anybody. But I tooted him when I see the guy is coming, and you should see that face, like, what the hell? Do what you can, you can't do me anything. And he's coming, and these things are regular. They happen all the time, all over the place. That because they feel they can squeeze their way past, then everybody else must give them room and let them pass, and they don't give a damn and they don't care. And like I said, These sorts of things, you can be an experienced driver, you can be operating by the book. They make you feel as if you're not sure of yourself. What did I do wrong? Am I doing something wrong? Did I not properly wait my turn for when the light turned green and I have gone into my lane and I'm moving, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a motorcycle swerves from the line and it's headed straight at me. You slam on your brakes, which is what I did. I had no choice. Somebody who never saw it, who doesn't see what's happening, they slam into your behind. You get whiplashed and anything can happen simply because we have too many people in the country who believe they are entitled to operate with impunity. I told you I know this is getting better, but it takes just one incident for a whole cascade of events to arise from it. The behavior of those cyclists, those show-off cyclists and whatever else motivates them, whatever else drives them and so on, it is something that to me seems never far away from violence, from crime. Now you don't want to how you call that word? You don't want to basically categorize people. But when you see the young men on those motorcycles, it's like the demographic that you are accustomed to seeing on the TV when young men are busted or arrested for some violence or some shooting or some chopping or some gang thing or whatever it is. It always to me looks like pretty much the same kind of face and profile that you are accustomed. I don't want to profile people, but the demographic looks too eerily similar for it to be coincidence. This trend of lawlessness, it is going to erupt into other forms of lawlessness if it is not capped, if it is not confronted, if it is not pushed back, if it is not rolled back very soon. We have to do something about it and step up. And like I have said, the people who are behaving this way, it must be because other things in the chain are not right with them. The whole chain of their driving and riding and operating these motorcycles, if they are behaving so irresponsibly, if they are behaving so outlaw, it means that some things on the back end are probably not right as well. The license, the registration, the insurance. Responsible people tend to be responsible people throughout the entire chain of ownership and operation and so on. It is those who do not bear responsibility that they will not be held to account, because there is nothing in the database, in the system about them, tying them, holding them responsible and to account for this motorcycle, its ownership, its operation and consequences, that they feel they can do anything. Some things at the back end, people who really own, I'm not saying you don't find, but people who own vehicles and they pay in the loan, and they know, the expense it is on them to maintain it and to provide gas and to pay the insurance and the licensing and registration and their own driver's license and so on. They tend to be people who are more responsible with those vehicles. It's those maybe they bought the vehicle. The condition of the vehicle is not something that has been attested to by any legally required inspection and so on. You don't know if it will come apart because it was shipped in parts to evade customs and so on, and then it was welded together by somebody who has a little chop shop somewhere, who cannot do it according to the engineering standards of Toyota or whatever it is, who have laser and so on to make sure that the welding is precise, at the point it should be, down to certain microns and so on, that they can do it. Some grease monkey somewhere just do it. You never know whether it wasn't stolen in Martinique and shipped on a canoe and it was assembled here and put together. So many things is wrong with it. Or so many things could go wrong with it, and somebody could die and somebody will run away. And they never catch them and so on, and there's nothing to tie them to it. We need to watch those things in our St. Lucia. Jaquan, what's wrong with the phone? What's wrong with the phone? You mean we started so late, so many days that maybe people believe that we... Check the line again, Jaquan, to make sure, right? Don't tell me overnight real issues has just become so unpopular that nobody is calling me and so on. All right. Good afternoon to someone who writes me a message, says, "Hey Shelton, this is a very serious issue that needs addressing. I always say that anyone who works in customer service department of any firm should possess a welcoming personality, humbleness, and have an iota of caring. And in regards of the eye service companies, they need to discontinue trying to be dictators. Well said. Very, very well said. I agree with that. Another one says, good morning. I had my eyes checked overseas and was given the prescription right away and then asked whether I wanted my glasses there. I told them yes and got it the same day with additional sunglasses and also the website if I needed more information, plus the pic of the back of my eyes at Pearl Vision. I was amazed. That's the thing. Nobody tries to twist your arm and hold you, to ransom for your prescription or whatever. It has to be done here, and if you done there, you have to pay whatever, or we don't give prescriptions away. You have to go and choose a frame from us and whatever, and we'll do it for you. You have no right to hold people to ransom. You have no right to hinder people's freedom of trade and their freedom to trade. You have no right to do it. What you have to do is try to sweeten the deal in a competitive environment. We have too much of that in St. Lucia, where people want to take certain actions and to subjugate other people and so on because we don't know our rights, or we feel we have no choice, or we feel that we are held captive and so on. We have no right to do those kinds of things. And if it is happening, we need to change it. Eye doctors who have some stake in the optical company and so on, they have to find some other way. Tell people, okay, if you're doing it with us, we will discount the price of the consultation, whatever, and the price of a consultation, if you want your prescription to do whatever you want with it. I don't know. Find some other way to do it. But do not hold people to ransom. And Medical and Dental Association, as Miguel said, and allied, health services, whatever, they need to look into those things. Nobody has a right to hold anybody to ransom within the environment of freedom of trade and freedom to trade. All right, let me see if I can get some of the messages. Let's go to the Facebook Live that we can read it. All right. Let me see if I can go to the Facebook Live. Oh, Japan. Where's the Facebook Live? I had it. Okay, all right. There it is. There it is. Oops. Think I lost that there. All right. Let's see if I can get that there. Okay. Oh, Miguel is on the Facebook Live. It's right at the top. If you don't renew on the expiration date, you get the rollover data sometimes. It's happened to me on numerous occasions with my monthly plan. It's not a matter of not renewing on the expiration date. I've been getting the rollover data, but I'm saying I've always been getting reminders, text messages reminding me, text messages confirming. All my entire conversation thread with the service provider just got wiped completely. I'm just not seeing anything. And all of a sudden yesterday I can't make any calls on the plan, which I know the plan had not expired, whatever. And if it had expired, how come I got no SMS alerting me that it's going to expire? Everything just gone and I can't make a call on the basis that I have no balance. My balance used to be zero. My balance used to go, but my plan is still active. It's still working. Because the core plan says unlimited local, calls and SMS, whatever, and so on, gigabytes. It gives you the whole summary of it. But it's like the plan doesn't exist. It was never there. No plan, nothing. Like it just got wiped. I mean, those service providers, they need to come better than that. Internet service I maintain in this country, it sucks. Sometimes you have a plan, whatever technical glitch they have, your service goes down for some period of time. There is never any restitution. There is never any, okay, we were down for so and so and so. As a result of that, we are crediting you 3 gigabytes of data and we are crediting you an additional whatever, so and so on your plan. No. You get billed just the same way as if nothing ever happened. They make no amends for the times when the service was interrupted. You have to pay the bill just the same. What is going on? We have to be treated better than that in the country. We are in the 21st century. We are almost a quarter century into the 21st century. What is wrong with that? It's going on too much in the country. It needs to be looked at. We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon, the real issues. Hey, speak up. I am hardly hearing you. I don't know. People have been telling that. Jaquan has been telling me that there's nothing wrong, but everybody has been calling and. All right. So he pushed up something. He been telling me and nothing wrong. He pushed up something. He tried to do it in a manner, that's kind of thing. Do you still offer caning services, even though you retired from thing there? Can I bring this guy to? Can I bring this guy there for some caning?
No, I don't believe in that. Huh? We abolished that long before.
So you mean I have very little choice for me to bring this guy up there for you to administer some strikes?
Yes.
Okay.
He might get a good talking to.
All right. He's grinning from ear to ear, so he know
and some counseling services.
He know he good.
I'm not kidding.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Jordan, sometimes you need to sit back and just. You ever sat back and wonder how things could have been if things were different? I think, people made the right decisions and we had followed through with certain things.
Yeah, I do sometimes.
Now, I know it might be something a little abstract there. But today, the traffic, I know you always talk about the traffic on the north. Mm-hmm. And a friend of mine was like, whoa, man, I'm just a few meters from my workplace and I get stuck. And he had me to warn, had me to reflect. The legacy of Kenny Anthony. He made that office in 2016, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, the Labour Party he led was defeated in 2016.
He voted out because people thought the $6.80 lie, etc., etc. But and he left to me for legacy projects. Had those projects continued as government is, there must be continuity. To me, life in the country would have been a little better. In terms of convenience and everything. Let me try to explain. Let's take them one by one. You could engage me today, right?
Sure. Go ahead.
We're not in any hurry, right?
Not in any hurry.
Let's take the falling highway with the QATs. Don't forget, in that agreement, all the back roads would have been attended to, correct?
Yes.
The VACQ road, right? The Riviera Meter road, right? You're familiar with the Riviera Meter road, right?
Even the one that they're working hard on right now because of the T20, World Cup and so on.
Even the one by Diramo, the Diramo.
Of course,
anybody uses that road.
Of course, yes.
And 2 shakes of the brake. You're in Barbados area, you don't your way to Vieux-Fort, etc.
Yes.
So those roads would have been made would have been fixed.
You're talking about the Moshi to Deramo Road, right?
Yeah.
In addition to the
Riviera. These 2 roads there, Deramo and from Riviera, the back roads. So these would have been done, and then the falling highway would have been attended to. Shelton, life would have been a little easier. The convenience. You understand? People would not have been afraid to use the back roads. But instead, the demolition man comes in. He destroys the contract. He reneges on it. And he tries to goes to borrow how much? 50 million. One time you put in a roundabout there, then they said it's not good there, put it there. Then you cover the road, then you have to unearth the road again to lay pipes. And one, Kalmaja.
And not only that too, but you remove the roads from under the superintendency of the chief engineer, which is where they should be. So people are project engineers or whatever engineers, consultant engineers, but they have no sort of beholdenness to the chief engineer, who's the person that the roads belong to.
Yeah. So 2016, 8 years.
Yeah.
This thing has cost us time, money, convenience. You know what it does to productivity? You know what I mean? This is, you see, when you are vindictive, you just come into politics just to, to stick it to Kenny. Everything is started, you want to destroy, and look at, you have set us back decades.
Yeah.
No, we must not let these people forget that, I'm Shelton.
And you know one other thing, I'm happy I have you on the line if you're not in a hurry yourself.
I mean, absolutely no.
I reflected, you said about do we reflect on how things might have been. You know something I find about the UWP leader and the general, the UWP, because leaders tend to shape a lot of the way that the people who they supposedly lead are. There is no sense of remorse, or expression of remorse or penitence or to say, okay, we did that, it wasn't the best thing and so on. To this day, Mr. Guy Joseph, I don't think has ever seen fit to come out and to acknowledge, far less to apologize, that this claim he made about the 680 and so on, that it was unfounded, that really he thought so, but this was never found. He has just, when they don't have anything, they just stay quiet about it. Mr. Shastner is never going to come. I don't know anything of the many things that have been pointed out to him, including his 2,000 pounds a night.
If tells his speaker, do what you want.
He'll never come and say so. So there is no or Miss Fortuna Belrose to come and to say this Belrose doctrine about if you don't support our thing and so on. I regret it or so. Nothing so from them. Yeah.
But what's good, we have the receipts and we'll remind them every day of them is it. Yeah. So the fallen highway. I mean, time, money, convenience. Shelton, this is crying out for. I mean, this is a crime. Let's go to the other one. The administrative center in Beaufort. Shelton, think about it.
Another one.
The people in the south would have had a place to go to get their passports, birth certificates, driver's license, all kinds of stuff. Right, Shelton? Taking all the traffic, so a lot of traffic to the north would have been cut back, and the convenience is right there. But because it's Kenny Anthony, you decided to again rip it up. And what did you do? You put Wasco's building. Now, don't get me wrong, the people of Wasco deserve a good office. You read me?
Yes.
There's a good office. But let's look at that. A place for people to go and pay bills and make reports on water, as opposed to a place where you're decentralizing government, where citizens in the south could remain in the south. They don't have to pay transportation. You don't have to drive up to Castro, $60 gas, drive back $60 gas in your vehicle if it's private vehicle. You limit congestion in the north, and you bring the services of government to the people in the south. You Fort Denry, Niku.
And not only that too, in infrastructure is always a stimulus and driver of economic activity.
Correct.
The very process of building it from the very start, the very foundation, the architects and the quantity surveyors and the laborers and the builders and the tradesmen and so on that you employ, that would have been a significant economic stimulus,
Yeah, demolition, man. And you know what's more grateful for me? These people are wrong. All right, this thing about total submission. They were spineless. I mean, nobody had the presence of mind to say, listen, hello. This doesn't make sense.
Are they spineless or are they as the old people would say, you say you are memkonli? Is it spineless they are or they wicked just the same way?
Because you see Bradley, if everybody said Bradley's a nice guy, Bradley was on Schaffner, They're not any nice guy. I don't watch me.
People have told me that Bradley's a fella in our parlance. He have a lot of vice. That's what they tell me.
Yeah. Very dangerous. If you're going to sign something without reading it, then come and say, well, you have. It's a dangerous guy. No, I'm very serious. But that's true. At least the administrative center, as opposed to the Wasco building. And trust me, I'm not saying that the Wasco people do not deserve a good office. They could have found offices with the administrative building. But you're taking that out. And to say that, the thing, and the vindictiveness. Every Saturday he used to drive down at taxpayers' expense to cut his hair in the barber shop in Beaufort. I wonder if his friend does that. You wanted to tell Kenny, boy, I'm in the territory. I'm the new dog in town now. I'm the new master.
That's the same. Yeah, of course. It's like the swearing in.
The swearing in ceremony.
Yeah, swearing in.
Stick it to Kenny.
Yeah.
So on a weekend he would drive down, air condition. He has his driver and he has his photographer in tow to stick it to Kenny because I'm going for a haircut in Beaufort. He doesn't do that now, right? His vehicle is not air conditioned 24/7 now, right? You understand? So you took off the administrative center, and now we have to go and think of doing that again because we have to decentralize government. You're costing us money, time, and you're convenience, and you're setting us back decades by wrong decision and vindictiveness. Let's go to number 3. The Hirono International Airport. I mean, come on, man. Just as the Kuwaitis, you came in, you met him, signed, sealed, you almost about to be delivered. A PPP. When no strain on us, these people undertaking to improve the airport, do everything at their expense. Yes, obviously they must have some input rewarding that. But you want to take that out and want to take a loan for $500 million, saddle us with that, and look at it. From 2016 to now, 8 years, going on 9, 10 years, we can't have our airport. Time, money, convenience, setting us back decades. And these fellows want to come and run them off.
Yeah. But, listen to now that you're in Viewfort, a man sticks so much on that whole horse race track development and so on.
I didn't want to do that. But
and then the man himself is coming and tell us, you're not going to make money out of horse racing. You're not going to make money. It's not going to bring in money. Well, what is going to bring in the money? Why were you staking so much on this, your own personal flight of fancy and so on, so that you can indulge in it and so on? It don't matter what is its significant and import to the vast majority of St. Lucians.
But even worse than that, Theo King is saying there, I'm going to allow you all to come in. And then this guy went on a platform when they're having some ceremony and saying, well, I had to ask Theo King permission to come in. I mean, seriously, man.
Yeah.
Man, these things eat at my core.
Yeah, like he's proud of that, going on platform to talk about. So in time, you will not have to tell people that you're from Viewfort. You will say you are from the Pearl of the Caribbean.
So we have these 3 things that demolition, man. I come to the 4th one. So we have the fallen highway, which we all now saw. The traffic thing would not have been as bad. All the back roads, because that's what I use the back roads when I'm going to Viewfort. I'm not Viewfort, up north. I use usually the Deramo one, and I come through the Deramo one, and I go through Moshi side. No traffic on the road. I'm alone on the road because people are afraid of that. Okay. So you have that one. You have the administrative center that you messed up, that you destroyed. Decentralization of government, government services. And the last one, St. Jude. Now, I'm with you. This thing is too important for us to waste time.
Seriously.
If we figure it's a direct award, and then the Prime Minister, we will support you.
Yeah.
Because, Shelton, you're coming in there, have Abo first. You have some money left over. The people the doctors and the nurses and the patients are in a crumbling stadium. You allow, you commission a report. The report says it is fit for purpose. It can be salvageable. You ignore that, You paid $1 million for that report.
Yeah.
And you decided to use $100 million and change to build a box. That $100 million
to go after something which was never part of the plans or the reckoning. You just issue that out of nowhere. And you
listen to yourself. One of them when we got a new unit of measure, the LoRa. So if you open your arms, Shelton, right from end to end, you get a new unit.
You get a what?
Whatever that is, that's a LoRa, the unit of measure.
Oh, okay.
The LoRa. So if you open your arms wide, that's a LoRa. So if it's 2 LoRas, 3 LoRas, for the width of things. So we got a new unit of measure. That's the only good thing that came out of that. So I don't know if it's imperial measuring thing or metric. But the LoRa is when you open your arms wide and you say, well, my arms can fit. So we had the new unit of. But Shelton, jokes aside, St. Jude should have been a priority. 2016, 2020. You did not do that. You wasted and squandered over $100 million on a box. 4 projects that Kenny Anthony left. Had you continued these 4 projects, maybe Labour might have been in opposition. Just maybe. But vindictiveness, you're so vindictive and petty.
Yeah.
You decided, let me mash that up and start. And you have cost us money, you have cost us time, you have cost us convenience, and you have set us back decades. And this guy is want to show up his face on top of all kinds of stupidness.
Yeah, this guy actually believes that he has what it takes to come and present himself again.
And he's selling all over the place talking nonsense.
And if this fellow comes back We ain't seen vindictiveness yet, you know. Now we're gonna see, because he will feel he has to make up. He has to make up. He has to make up for lost time. He has to catch up, and is in the catch up. We're gonna get busted bad.
Well, Shelton, we have to do everything in our power.
Yeah.
To ensure that does not happen again. Because, brother man, we have seen what this man is capable of, and it's frightening. You understand?
Yeah.
The man is diabolical. He's not. He doesn't think right. He's a spendthrift. He has no concept of the value of a dollar, value of money. He's wasteful. He's vindictive, and we cannot allow that to happen again. So, Shelton, we must do whatever it can. I can't remain silent anymore.
Yes.
People must not remain silent. We must stand up and speak up. When it is time to march with the government, I ain't watching. There's no party, you know.
Yes.
The government is doing well. Philip J. Pierre is doing well. I'm going to support him because I could see this man is genuine. And I'm going to encourage everybody to let our government know we support you. You're doing the right things. Okay, you're bringing relief to the people. You're trying to right the wrongs of these guys. I don't want to call his name. These guys, you know, what they have done to the country is just reprehensible, and we have to correct that. Okay, my brother?
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate you for doing what you have recommended, that we speak out today. You have really spoken out, and I appreciate that.
Okay, buddy.
All right. Okay, Jaquan, we're going way past our commercial break time. So, do we take it now? Yes. Yeah, let's take our commercial break, and when we come back, I'll be reading some messages from the Facebook Live and answering any calls that come through.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet,
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
The Real Issues. We have someone on the line, I think, who's been holding for a while. Hi, good afternoon.
Shelton. Good afternoon, Jaquan, and to your viewers and listeners.
How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing well. In fact, apart from the fact that the entire Kaimaji community up till my area in Bosseju has no electricity right now, I'm doing great.
Okay.
With the roadworks going on in the Kaimaji to Bosseju Road, some utility poles, I would say, had to be relocated.
Okay.
So Lucelec now is in the process, I think, of relocating 8 poles in that area.
Okay.
So if for this time, which I think they did announce it earlier this week, so there's no electricity there. But then also on the Bosseju Road, Shelton, I'm currently standing on the main Bosseju Road in front of the radiator and hose works, where the Reno group of companies have just finished doing the grading part, and they will soon be paving that Bosseju Road.
Wow.
Much to my elation, and I'm sure many people who traverse this road every day, like I do, sometimes 4 or 5 times a day, like I do. So right now, staring at both ends of the road, and it looks ready to be paved. So I think this is another set of congratulations we have to give the government. Kudos to the government for getting this done. I know people will argue that it's jazz and cricket is coming, but something is always happening in St. Lucia. Thank God. So no matter what time you do road works, it will coincide with some activity, a major activity in St. Lucia.
Yeah, I continue to behave as if the roads are on my back because I care a lot about them, and every day I kind of look with my teeth, on edge, like they say down. What this thing they say about your teeth, whatever. I forgot the phrase of it and so on. About the rains. Because we are just a step away from hurricane season start, and lately we have been seeing over the years that it's coming earlier and so on. Millennium Highway, I'm happy to see the progress, but I wonder, oh my goodness, will it cross over into the rainy season? So I hope, magnificent as they are, that we don't find ourselves being upended by nature, the rainy season.
Hope not. I think, tomorrow, I do know we're expecting a tropical wave to be coming through this part of the region.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday,
tomorrow evening. Yeah, but hopefully that won't affect too much, and I think the paving is going to be done today, so
yes,
at least we'll be ahead of the rain. Well, we as in St. Lucia will be ahead of the rain.
That's where you're talking about the Kaimaji or whatever, or on the Bosseju
main road.
What are you hearing about Millennium? Because I know you're not there anymore.
I did not send that press release yesterday. I shall send it to you as soon as I get off the phone. But they're progressing steadily. I think the roundabouts part and the lanes are almost done. I shall send you the press release.
Okay.
I think I neglected to send that to you. Sean, just 2 more things I wanted to say. I was sitting in amusement this morning because I watched that video again from the opening of my tent, the TOT Soka Village tent, with Mr. LeBon walking out, during her Black performance. Shelton, it's hard to believe that this is a gentleman who would be at the front of the tent in the days of the town hall. Just in the same vicinity where he was sitting right now and would take in all the calypso, and a man who I've always regarded as a very conscious fellow. I mean, to even take that personally, I'm thinking of what I would have done in that situation. I'll probably put myself as a part of the act. But I'd just like to ask Mr. LeBon, do you think that Sir John Compton would really approve of what the United Workers' Party, or what I call the new WP, has become? And even in the case of Frank Myers, who always seems to pop up at the right or wrong times with some inexplicable or some discombobulating defense of the last administration. Do you think in his case would Sir George Mallet approve? An island skull. Would Sir George Mallet approve of the UWP as it is now? And it's funny that I like to say hello to Mr. Egbert Andrew. He had a post the other day on social media where he indicated that Mr. Myers was an island skull. And he was actually in Form 6 with the current Prime Minister. There are some who seem to believe that there's maybe a level of jealousy on the part of Mr. Myers. I can't say. But then my question is, for a man who is an island scholar who attended the hallowed walls of St. Mary's College, how does it feel to be a lackey to to a one-term at St. Mary's, a man who couldn't even keep up at St. Mary's or even couldn't even keep up at Castries Comprehensive, where he had to be shipped overseas. Something just doesn't sound right to that. You know, Shelton?
Yes.
So I even to ponder about their consciousness as St. Lucians, as black people, as locals, who should be having St. Lucia's best interests at heart. And to really ask and question themselves whether they're doing the right thing by supporting a man who has tried to erase everything St. Lucian.
Okay.
All right, so Sheldon, have a great weekend.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Listeners.
Thanks very much. You as well. All right, we still have time to take a couple more calls, I'll be thinking. 724-7325. You can WhatsApp call us on that, and you can also call us on 4533-911. All right, so let me just see. I promised to go to the Facebook Live. Let me see if I can get that. Someone, I think it was Miguel, who noted that all secondary roads to the north, that's when the previous caller had been talking about the roads, so the Moshi to Deramo, the Rivière Mitan Road, and all those other roads. And I think Miguel made the point in a text message that all secondary roads to the north would have been rehabilitated under this project if the UWP had not gone and made such a complete mess, of it and so on. And now, the present government of Philip J. Pierre has to be thinking how it can rescue and salvage and rehabilitate and correct course on this project. But I'm sure that they will. Philip J. Pierre is a man. I'm surprised he's not an engineer himself. When it comes to getting infrastructure projects and works initiated, managed, and completed, he has a very strong track record on that as a minister. All right. In fact, I believe it was first under him that the ministry, which was normally called the Communications Works, whatever, came to be called Ministry of Infrastructure. We have another caller on the line. Hi, caller. Good afternoon. Real Issues. Hello. Hi, caller. Caller, are you there? All right. I don't know. It's a long time I haven't heard anything suggesting that Samuel Bowles is still around, so maybe he has resurfaced and he's trying to play his games on us. I don't know. It's a long time. I thought he had disappeared and so on. But this sounds like we are having a Samuel Bowles moment there and so on. Glad it's coming towards the end of the program. All right, good afternoon to Valence Charles, Bob Mangal, and Felipe Chaco over in Mexico. Yes, in Mexico, St. Lucian in Mexico. And as well as Bernadette Charles and Luz Emmanuel Lee Charles as well. We have a lot of Charles, or Charleses, I should say, on our live, on the Facebook Live and so on. Adela Seeley, good afternoon to you as well. And Stephanie Cauldron, good afternoon to you as well. Renick Ariste, nice to have you as always. Solange James, Anna Rose Anemone, always a pleasure to have you on with us. Stanislaus Marso tells me you have all your rights to ask questions, Mr. Shelton. Thank you very much. Vincent Edwards says, I'm fed up with Wasco. They take the prize for worst utility company. Okay. That's rough, but I guess it comes with the territory. Yes. Elizabeth Myrtle Charles, my former school teacher, says, well said, Shelton. Good afternoon to you, Miss Charles. Hope that you're doing fine. You and your daughter. You seem to have been having some vacation and some fun not too long ago. I hope it went on quite well with you. Ted King says, good afternoon, Mr. Daniel. Your glasses fit you very well. All right. I thought by now I would have been able to put the goggles back in the case and gone back to my regular glasses, but it looks like it's going to happen today. So you'll see me in the new pair sometime next week. We have a call on the line. Good afternoon. Real Issues. Hello. Hello.
Mr. Sheldon.
Hey, forward la, saki be phone.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, makata no forward la. Makata no forward la, pale. Forward la, même sou pa atan mo, makata no, pale. Yeah, it looks so she's not hearing us. Forward la, sou la toujours.
Special congratulations by the guest like you tell about matter. Hello.
Yeah, where makata no, pale.
All right, okay. Special congratulations by the guest like you tell about matter, hein?
Oui.
Et puis Adi.
Ça c'est mon JQ Motos.
Avec moi voulais complimentation. Pardon?
Oui, ça c'est Jean-Jacques Motos, moi l'idée.
Oh.
Oui.
All right, OK. Avec moi, je voulais dire, encore bon après-midi. Congratulations pour Mr. Cedric. Your sweat. Me complimenter, je te l'ai écouté. Je suis content comment tellement. Yes, avec ma qui côté moi, je suis en ciel.
OK.
Oui. Je vais complimenter, moi, je dis nous, moi, Mr. Sheldon.
Oui. Maintenant, il dit ça dans le programme là.
Oui.
Yo, souhait.
Défini ou à moi.
Oui, et puis il joue qui ça, il dit, je viens Mango, et puis on va comme ça.
Yes, je là, et puis là.
OK. Nani moi vinn garder pour Mango, moi.
All right.
Non, mais Richard dit, je vais nous bagaille côté là, moi pas savoir qui ça y est, mais a changé. So, qui Mango, qui Pouine, qui ça y est, nani moi. Parlez forward là, nous attendons, même si vous quoi nous pas attendons, mais parlez. Oh boy. All right. I hope it's not.
La jeune commission a été left. But anyway, je viens garder pour forward back, je écouter, je apprécier ça, je féliciter, je glorifier. Phone call comment c'est couillé là, nous on tout à l'école principal là. J'ai couillé ma maman, mais Mr. Frederick nous là. Quoi causer? I'm happy. Once I was lost, but now I am found. Praise.
Yes, maybe her phone needs charging or something like the signal comes and it goes. Okay, forward là, sous pattern nous encore, il some téléphone n'a pas un petit problème, so nous kay on dit bon nous kay causer en semaine pour. Oui. Okay. Adela Silly says, we like to say that wouldn't happen if you were in America, but there are checks and balances for the businesses in these metropolitan countries. We have another call on the line. Good afternoon, Real Issues.
Hi, good day.
Hey, bonjour, Nepo.
How are you?
I'm okay, and you?
I am beginning to question something. What is the relevance of this round table talk that the UWB has every Thursday? Try to contact with your prediction.
You elaborate, fella. You should have the wisdom to explain to us. So tell us.
So for the life of me, I'm trying to understand something. You have three fellows there on a round table. Nobody is watching them. They talk about GPH and other stuff, and you could see, like when the right hand doesn't know what the left one is doing. That's how they were behaving last night. One saying one thing, the other saying one thing, the other one saying another thing, and it was a mishmash kind of thing that was going on there. I'm saying, but if I were going to have a show on this particular topic, wouldn't you have think each other's stories first before I come out? And to top it all, but yeah, when you have more shame, personne back with the books out. The three men look like free tired old grown men, like that movie Free Grown, the grumpy old men. That's how they were behaving last night, and nobody watching them.
Yeah.
What's the relevance of this thing? You understand? And they're not attacking. They're not attacking the policy. They're just coming out from like drop them down in the air.
Because the aim is to see if they can draw audience away from Richard Frederick. That's all it is, It's not to say they have anything of substance, something that is properly planned or something that is properly organized. Richard Frederick has a program on Thursday nights at 8:30, so we're going to put something on Thursday night at 8:30. This is typical. This is typical Alan Chastity thinking,
But by now they should have known that thing working for them.
So what happened? You crying for them?
Huh?
Are you crying for them?
I'm not crying for them.
No, well, let them put it. Let them put it.
I'm one just for, I listen to every talk show.
Yeah.
I like to.
So you're upset that you can't listen to them because you're following Richard at the time?
I'm upset at the fact that if you're coming to have a talk show or a round table, come with facts, come with something to try and dispute what the government is doing. But don't come and lie blatantly like that.
Your problem is that you're expecting too much from them. It's the same thing. It's the same thing Alan Chastney used to do in election campaigning. Labour Party announced they're gonna be having a motorcade. At this time, Alan Chastney wait until and he go and he announced that they're having a motorcade on the same route in the same thing all the time. This is his way of doing things. Always wants to buck directly. There is no creativity. There is no innovation. There is no saying, okay, if they do that, let us exploit that other available time slot. Because his aim is to be a fly in the ointment and a spoiler. Alan Chastney only knows a destructive approach to everything. That's why I keep saying I wonder why his name, which is already the name of a very destructive hurricane that hit St. Lucia in 1980, why we don't just consider the hurricane side of him and call him Alan Kwase? You know, this Chastney thing and so on. Reserve it. You know, Hurricane Alan Kwase, you know, me say bagay Kwase to sell. So to spite Richard Frederick, he trying something which is just not taking off. You know.
I remember yesterday you phrased the coin. Motekai.
Yeah, tekai. Toujours say tekai. I would have done this. I was going to do this. I had plans to do that.
You never did?
Yeah.
For 5 years, all you kept doing was giving people millions of dollars a week. They were giving millions of dollars a week to your friends and family, and you never did anything. And you should have, you could have, you would have.
Yeah.
That doesn't make no sense.
And those people who...
I don't say about perfect.
Yeah.
C'est like you're doing. Pas monter qu'à faire.
Yeah.
Monter qu'à faire back côté encore.
Toujours.
If only I knew.
Yeah, toujours tekai. I would have done it. I was about to do it. I was going to do it. It's out. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And because Papa Vader called his song, Alan do that.
Yeah, he go on and take the song because he figured because he figured the song is a gift to him. That's a gift. And so he rushing right headlong into it, you know, not realizing that there are legal ramifications and copyright issues and so on, you know.
It's so foolish. You realize the song is about his nothingness.
Yeah.
Not about what he did what made it for the country.
Anyway, brothers, thank you very much. Have a great weekend.
All right, take care.
All right. Yeah. So anyway, Skinny sends me a message and says, my brother, when you come from diving, I need some pot fish to sell tonight. Loo, you know, laughing. Laugh out my something off. Those glasses. Yeah, those goggles and so on. Yeah, but these ones are not for diving. You know, these ones are if maybe you play a sport, if I pass somewhere and somebody kick a ball and I feel I can heads it, that it have a strap, it won't fall off. It has some shatterproof protection. So it protects my eye and it means it won't break that easily and so on. That's what it is. It's really intended as a backup glasses and so on, and something that can withstand a little more wear and rougher treatment and so on than the regular eyeglasses. So I ain't going diving. I ain't going in any kind of seawater. Not just yet. You know, I have to try it first with my toe. I have to try the currents and the rips and the fall-offs and the drop-offs and all this kind of thing and the whirlpool and this sort of thing and my own buoyancy and my flotation if it's still intact. You know, if my body max index is what it looks like and so on, or if I'll sink like a stone. I have to check all those things, Skinny. But thanks for the message, you know. Everybody want to have a laugh at me because of my goggles, and I know I look enough handsome, don't I? You all can see what you all want. I know. I see on sac with bell num. Goggles like I feel pretty nice goggles, huh? Cornelia Jacob, I'm so glad I'm making this comment when I know you're out of time. You can't call and counter me and put a joke on me in a different, you know, reverse kind of way, because I know you're hearing that there and you want to. Maybe I'll see a message from you if I don't sign out first. But thank you very much, Jaquan, for, you know, piloting the controls as you always do very well. Thank you for another great week, everyone, of The Real Issues, for the company that you've kept. I know this week was challenging for us with the late starts that we had. So maybe, you know, you came expecting that it would be again, but it wasn't. So, till next week, when we start again on Monday. Until then, do have a superb weekend. Shelton Daniel with Jaquan signing out.
The man, the voice, the voice.